What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, taking a look at what probably is the best 3 Pokemon for the Master Premier League in terms of flexibility and just total matchups that they win. Florges hard wins so many matchups against like the dragons and even things that are neutral. It's very strong into. Golisopod is a monster of a safe swap, an absolute monster of a safe swap. This thing can put in work against nearly anything. It's not that great against the dragons, but hey, that's why we got Florges, right? And then we have Rhyperior, which with energy, this thing's crazy. It's amazing against the steals that Florges doesn't want to see. I will say I ran this team in 2 different orders. I ran it with Florges in the lead and I ran it with Rhyperior in the lead. I wanted to keep Golisopod as the safe swap, but I feel like these 3 Pokemon are flexible enough that you can run them in whatever order you want, as long as you're using Golisopod as the safe swap. So let's go ahead and get into some of these battles, see how this team actually worked in practice. Let's get it going. Leave that like down below. I appreciate it. I will say I played 4 sets with this team, and all 4 were positive. They were all 4 just 3-2. So I didn't get any kind of crazy climbs, but a lot of people are playing the same core, right? Golisopod and Florges is just a really strong core, and a lot of people were aware of it even the first day of battles. So here we have a Gholdengo lead, and they answer my Golisopod with their own Florges. Now, I looked at some sims, and I know Golisopod is supposed to win this in the ones, but I didn't really look into how. So they go for the second Trailblaze here, and I'm not sure if I don't show this, will I get Fairy Winded down? And I definitely want to fight for Switch knowing that Gholdengo is still alive. I'd already tested the CMP. I knew that my Golisopod would win CMP, so we just played with the CMP on this next Trailblaze, and my opponent does want to pull my second shield, which is unfortunate because Gholdengo has access to Focus Blast, which it gets there after only 6 hexes. So Gholdengo comes back in and gets a farm down. This is a very scary situation to be in. We're going to be getting off this first Aqua Jet. It's going to do quite a bit of damage to this Gholdengo, puts him into the yellow. And we're even going to make this next Aqua Jet. Now notice, I didn't throw it immediately. I wanted to give them the opportunity to Shadow Ball there because I wanted them to use their energy. They don't fall for it. So now we got to be a little bit sneaky. We're going to come in Rhyperior and we're going to go for the Peekaboo. Let's see, did I actually catch the Focus Blast, or is this going to be a blind Shadow Ball? It is the Focus Blast. Let's go. And now we're going to be able to outpace to this Trailblaze. We want to make sure we get rid of this thing. I don't want a Focus Blast to be coming through endgame, right? So we get rid of it with the Trailblaze. In the back, it's going to be a Golisopod. Now, I'm thinking, well, I buffed my attack with Florges. Let's go for this Moonblast. This should be enough to take out, right? And I am wrong. Golisopod, not the most bulky in Master Premier, but it's much more bulky here than it is in, say, the Great League, right? So now I'm forced to go for the aggressive Mud Slap down. They survive with 1 HP, and I'm thinking this is a double super effective Aqua Jet. Do I survive it? And yes, we do. So thank goodness. Rhyperior's got some real nice bulk to it, and that's GG's. Well played. Into the next one, up against the Rhyperior on the lead. If you watch or play Master League content, you've definitely seen this matchup before. Florges does have double super effective Trailblaze, but it's not enough to put them in Fairy Wind downrange. I mean, that's an aggressive farm down. So we are going to try to shield up the Rock Wrecker here. They do full send it, and that makes me very confident that they will full send the second. So I am going to go ahead and get this second Trailblaze off. I'm expecting the shield here, and we do see the shield, and now I'm going to look for the catch. Now, Golisopod, typically the safe swap, but I don't think that Rhyperior is a bad safe swap if you need to use it. And right here, I needed to use it because, well, neither my Florges or Golisopod want to eat that Rock Wrecker, and I can just make it resisted damage here on my Rhyperior. They come in with their own Florges. They're going to be throwing the Trailblaze. We're going to survive that and even get this Rock Wrecker off. So now my opponent is shields down. I have a choice to make. They have some energy. I also have some energy on my Florges, but they're not really in Moonblast range just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and come in with my Golisopod. I'm expecting the full send here, which they do actually go for, but they get the attack drop. This is like a what, 10%, 13% chance? It's a real low chance of that attack drop. They get it, and so now I'm going to go ahead and go for the Aqua Jet and the Trailblaze, thinking that's going to be enough to KO them. No, It's not. It's not. They're going to survive. They're going to be able to get off the Moonblast here, take out my Florges, and in the back, it's going to be a Garchomp. And I'm like, okay, this Garchomp is on Dragon Tail. Maybe they have Sand Tomb and Earth Power. And if so, those are both resistant moves. Maybe I still have play here. Maybe I have just a little bit of play. Going for this next Aqua Jet puts them into the red. And they're at the Earth Power, and I'm not thinking we're going to survive it, and we don't. And so that's GG's, well played. But that is the difference. Literally the difference was the attack drop. So, you know, I can't be too mad. I feel like I played that well, but RNG was not on my side. It actually hasn't been on my side the last couple of days. It is what it is. All right. Another tough lead. Yeah, I guess if you're running Florges, you are a bit core broke by Magnezone. It's not super common. It's not super common, and honestly, Golisopod's not bad against it. In fact, I tried to run my own Shadow Magnezone, and I saw this core a lot, right? The Golisopod and Florges core, and Golisopod is just a monster, man. It fights back really well. Like, we land that first Aqua Jet, and now we can just double shield and farm down, and we can take out that Magnezone. Out comes Gholdengo. That's fine. We have so much energy now. So much energy. We're going to fire off this first Aqua Jet. Puts them into the yellow again. We're going to fire off the second one. It won't be lethal from this range, but it'll put them into the red. So they throw up a shield. Cool. Great. We make another one. We make another one when they look for the aggressive farm down. They didn't want to throw a whole Shadow Ball. Golisopod's a monster. This thing's insane. It's insane what it can do. In the back, they're going to have Rhyperior, and that's just a GG's. Game's over. All right, Golisopod lead here. This one's also the Hundo best buddied. I liked how my first opponent played it, going straight for Trailblaze, so I decided to give that a chance. I haven't really figured out how I want to play this at this point. We're going to try Trailblaze. And then they swap, and I'm just like, okay. Yeah, maybe I should just go Moonblast, right? Maybe we just go Moonblast the first time. It'll put him in farm down range for something else, and, you know, I can grab a shield with the Trailblaze. I think that's the proper play. They come in with their own Florges. They do CMP me. They actually bait with the Trailblaze. And now I'm going to be coming in with my Rhyperior. Why is that? Well, my Rhyperior does not want to see that Golisopod. I might as well get some use out of it here. Yes, that's a boosted Trailblaze. Yes, it really hurts. But we are going to make this Rock Wrecker, and they're going to have to give up their second shield if they want to keep this Florges healthy. They do survive it with a little bit of HP. They come in with Golisopod, and they get this crazy farm down. And I know at this point how good Golisopod's energy is. And I'm just like, okay, let's look to see if they'll go for a blind Aqua Jet. I come in with my own Golisopod. There's the Aqua Jet. Beautiful. Now, I don't know if they're running Aerial Ace. Some of them are running X-Scissor. I don't think there's a lot you want to run X-Scissor for in this meta. Yeah, this one's running X-Scissor. I don't fully understand it. Like the damage difference in Aerial Ace and X-Scissor isn't that big, since X-Scissor is stab and a better move, but I just don't really see the real benefit of it. Anyways, in the back, they're going to have a, what do you know, another Gholdengo. I'm so jealous of everyone that has this, because I still don't have this little cheese man. But that's all right. We are going to be forced to shield here. Is this one on Astonish? I think this one's on Astonish. Yes, this one's on Astonish. So they're going to get to their Shadow Balls less quickly. It's going to take 6 to that first one, and then I believe 5 to the second. So we can just confidently build up to the back-to-back moves. Go for the Aqua Jet into the Gholdengo and the Aerial Ace into their Golisopod to take out. And I completely forgot this Florges was still alive. What does it have? Gonna be the Trailblaze, and Golisopod holds on. Let's go, baby. Golisopod, the absolute MVP of this meta. I'm not even joking, man. This thing is crazy. It's crazy. All right, what do you know? It's another Gholdengo. These things were everywhere. We're gonna be swapping out, right? Bad lead. We're getting out. I didn't see a lot of good leads, to be honest, when I was running Florges, and that's the reason I end up swapping to the Rhyperior lead, but it wasn't really a problem. Like I said, I was still going positive. They come out with the Dragapult now, so they're running ABA Ghost right now. And of course, this has Astonish. Astonish is aggressive enough that they will eventually be able to farm down my Golisopod. So, recognizing that, I'm going to go ahead and just bank a little bit of energy on Golisopod. I'm going to come in with Florges. I was really trying to catch the Breaking Swipe. I was unsuccessful. I know they have that Gholdengo. I'm not really too worried about shielding up a Shadow Ball. It's not going to help me, right? It's just not going to help me. So I'm going to go for the Moonblast now. Puts them into the red. If I can get to a Trailblaze, I can actually take out, but we go down just as we're reaching it. So now I'm going to come in with Rhyperior. They swap out, and yeah, well, there's the problem. There's the problem. Going to be a Chestnut in the back, which is very uncommon, but maybe underrated as well. Maybe. I mean, it's not really good into Golisopod or Florges, and that core is just everywhere. But it's really, really good if you get it on a Rhyperior. Absolutely really good. So they actually superpowered to take me out there, and now I'm like, okay, maybe I actually have a chance here. Because if I can get this Breaking Swipe, their defense is dropped. Maybe I can win. I'm going to throw a bad timing. I didn't think their clock was up. I'm going for it. Is it enough to take out? And no, it's not. It's not. Even the next Mud Slap is not going to be enough, so they're going to be able to frenzy me at this point, and that's a GG's. Well played. Props to my opponent for running, I guess, what's Spice right now, right? All right, so here we swap it up. We, again, see the Gholdengo lead. They come out with a Primarina. Now, notice, I stay in there. I do 3 Mud Slaps because I know that these Fairy Winds do nothing to Primarina, and Trailblaze is not that good of a move. So even though it's hitting for super effective, it's not going to one-shot. So I wanted to make sure we got some nice fast move pressure in before I swapped out to ensure that I can keep switch. After that first one does connect, I'm going to be able to actually get the aggressive farm down and leave with a ton of energy. We're at like 80 energy right now. First Moonblast coming through puts them nearly at half HP, but I'm thinking they might have something else weak to Florges in the back because we don't see a ton of Primarina safe swaps, right? It could have been just double charm. I would still want to keep my Florges healthy. Instead, it's going to actually be Rhyperior, which, I mean, it's not weak to Florges, but it's not exactly the strongest answer to Florges either. We do grab a shield there with the Breaking Swipe, and actually going to be able to reach another one right here. So does my opponent want to invest their second shield? They do not, and that's honestly just game. That's honestly just game, because guess what? I have Golisopod. Yeah, they have a little bit of energy on their Gholdengo, but we're just going to Shadow Claw down. We can tank a Shadow Ball anyways. So, GG's, well played. All right, Rhyperior into Florges. So, we saw this the opposite way when I was running Florges. Now we get to see it as the Rhyperior. It's a very risky bait to go for the Breaking Swipe, but I would say at least 80% of the Florges' shield the first one. So if you want to, if you're feeling a little spicy, you want to bait, go for it. Be my guest. I decided to go ahead and swap out here. I do properly shield up the Moonblast, and now they're going to answer with their own Golisopod. Now I have a really nice energy lead here. I didn't take a lot of damage from the Fairy Winds. I should be in a great spot since I do have X-Scissor. However, 2 X-Scissors is not going to be enough to KO their Golisopod, and even though I didn't take a lot of damage from the Fairy Winds, it might have been enough. It might have been enough that this next X-Scissor will take me out. So, to help correct for that, we're just going to go for the catch here on our Rhyperior. We do get the catch. That's going to be the Resisted Aerial Ace. They're going to come out with their own Rhyperior, and they do get the Mud Slap down. Now, I got some nice damage in on them. They're not in Trailblaze range, but I'm thinking after the Shadow Claws, they might be. They throw immediately here. This is only going to be a Breaking Swipe, but I do want to go ahead and invest the shield. And they get the attack drop. It's still a double super effective move. I think they're going to still shield. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I play to the CMP. I don't know why I thought Golisopod had a chance at winning that CMP. It doesn't. It's nowhere close. So don't play to that CMP. Like, just go for the catch. But anyways, they try to catch the Trailblaze there. I was always going to make sure I was throwing in the middle of a Mud Slap. So that catch was never going to happen. They're going to come out now with their own Florges. And honestly, like, this is not the play. This is not the play. All I had to do was build to 100 energy, throw a Trailblaze, build back to 100 energy, throw another Trailblaze, and I'd have a Trailblaze ready to go for this Rhyperior. Instead, I go for the Moonblast. Now my attack's not buffed, so this Trailblaze doesn't KO them, and they're getting a move off here. I know it's only Breaking Swipe, but man, I am so low on HP. Florges doesn't care. Florges does not care. We're going to get this next Trailblaze off. I probably could have Fairy Wind down, but we don't want to risk it there. So we do take the win, but there was a much easier way to get it. All right, into the next one. Dragonite lead. Like not the best lead for Rhyperior because the mud slaps are super resisted, double resisted. You kind of need to land the Rock Wrecker. I mean, 2 Breaking Swipes is going to put them low, but it's not going to put them in mud slap downrange. So I full send it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll take the short advantage. I'll put my Florges on you. And then they Dragon Claw and they swap out into their own Florges. So now I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me see if I can grab both shields. I do grab both shields with that second Rock Wrecker. And come in with Golisopod now, and I'm just hoping, like, obviously if they're running a dragon lead, they're going to have an answer for fairies in the back. But how strong of an answer? Is it something that Florges up 2 shields can handle? Plus the potential of a catch on Rhyperior? That's what I'm really hoping for. So they're going to be able to connect with the Trailblaze here. They're going to come back out with the Dragonite. I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace, really just trying to stall the clock so I can get into my Florges. And I'm so happy that I have this alignment how I want it. Now, they have farmed up quite a bit of energy. I didn't think they were quite at the Hurricane, but I also didn't want to get Hurricaned. So I do throw up a shield, and yeah, I mean, they're running Superpower. But we shielded the first Superpower, which is going to be the one that does the most damage. And now we can just look for the Fairy Wind down. Who cares if I tank 2 more Superpowers? These are super debuffed. Like, we're going to barely be in the yellow at worst. And yeah, not even. That's a Dragon Claw. They come out with their Florges. I have 100 energy. I'm thinking the Moonblast will be enough to KO from this range. And yes, it is. So now we still have a lot of energy. We still have a shield. And we still have a little bit of health on a Golisopod and a Rhyperior that's basically just there for a catch. In the back, going to be a Gholdengo, and I've been swapping out of this matchup all day, but this time we're going to stay in. We're going to get 2 Moonblast into this Gholdengo, put them into the red, I believe? Yeah, into the red. Go ahead and just look for that aggressive Mud Slap. They come in with the Dragonite, and we actually Mud Slap that down as well, and Mud Slap down the Gholdengo. So, able to clean it up there with a very low HP Rhyperior, plus we still had Golisopod alive as well. And that's going to be GG's. Well played to all of my opponents. I had fun with this team. I had fun. It's not the most creative. If you're like me, I'm not that great at Master Premier. So if you actually want to climb, this is the team. This is the 3 that you should be running, or at least 2 of these, right? Florges plus Rhyperior is a good core. Florges plus Golisopod's a good core. Golisopod's probably the best safe swap out there. So that's the reason that I ended up with this team, and it worked really well for me, and I think it will work really well for basically anyone because it's very flexible as well. All right, let's wrap it up. I appreciate you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well. I'm trying to grow my subscriber count a bit this month. Thank you to my channel members. Thank you, everyone, just for hanging out with me today. Really do appreciate it. And until next time, this is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.